you now, but I don't know you yet.
Alexander, 23. How are you? Where are you right now?
I am good. I am in sunny Los Angeles, California. It's a beautiful day. I'm just getting started. I got my coffee, I got my water, I got my computer up. So yeah, I can't complain. How about you?
I'm in kind of gloomy Sydney. I'm also just starting my day. It's 8 a.m. over here, and I've already had my coffee and
Oh,
got to go to work straight after this. So,
love it. Well,
that's today's vibe.
you're in the future for me. So
True.
I hope I can get off on the same foot tomorrow when I get there.
Your future's looking bright. I'm telling you that now.
Thank you. Good to hear.
Hey, congrats on Oh No, Not Again. This is huge. You've described this EP as a cycle. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I think just for me, like the EP is written about a couple different relationships actually, but I think it definitely kind of like exemplifies one kind of full rotation. I would like to say one full rotation around the heart from like, wanting to find someone to finding them to it being good, to it being bad, to it being good, to breaking up, to try and figure out like how you feel about it, to starting to move on, and then to like, okay, like we don't really talk in the same capacity anymore now. Like it's almost like we're strangers again, but we still know everything about each other. So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't intentional from the start. Like I'm gonna write about one full cycle of a relationship. It just kind of like through just what was happening in my personal life was what kind of came out of me.
Yeah, right. So what was the period that you wrote this over then, if you wrote it for over multiple relationships?
Yeah, it started really in quarantine. Like so, I don't know yet what the first song that I wrote for this project. But I think something about being in quarantine and like not having all those new experiences was kind of forcing me to kind of look inward and search. And like I think it was really challenging, but I think like as a person, like obviously it had its benefits for like my art and what I made, but even just like as a person, like having to like go back and really actually confront those things instead of just like letting them kind of slide emotionally was an interesting and but fruitful experience.
Yeah, it's true. You really have to open that drawer of like ghosts of girlfriends past and look into it when you can't make new experiences, for sure.
Yeah.
What habits do you find yourself falling into relationships then?
I think for me, like something I've kind of like reflected on actually super recently is just like I think I'm fairly bad at like setting boundaries in the beginning, and I think that definitely causes problems later on. Like I just like love the falling in love process so much that I think I maybe set expectations too high, or I just like give too much right away. And so I'm trying to kind of like temper that in the future and like be a bit more realistic about, because then I get myself in trouble, because then it's like, then like a few months or a year down the line, it's like I can't, I need time for me. But then it's like your partner thinks that you love them less, but that's not the reality. You just have realized that like the pendulum eventually has to swing back. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm reflecting at the moment. But
So that's very much come here and leave, right?
yeah, come here and leave me alone is basically like my attempt at personifying that feeling into a song. And yeah, just like really craving that affection and craving that attention, and simultaneously like I'm a very independent person, so I could kind of get myself into trouble as far as even just knowing what I want, and then also obviously having to take someone else's feelings into account.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Your lyrics are pretty transparent and confessional. Is there one song in particular that you wrote and was like, oh no, this is really going to get me in hot water from the person I wrote it about? Is there one that you're like,
um,
damn?
I actually, well, I have two answers to that. One, I wrote that song "Caught in the Middle," and it has just like some like fairly specific life details about an ex-girlfriend of mine. And she actually like charged me on Venmo as like a joke. She was like, she charged me like a few $100 for like August royalties because the song is just like so explicitly about her. I thought that was hilarious.
That's a huge vibe. I'd do that.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna pay you, but that is pretty fair. And then I mean, track nine for me was like the most direct and personal and confessional, certainly. And yeah, I haven't discussed that one with her yet. I don't know if we will. I don't know if we should. And yeah, that one was like a bit like that. I feel like once I write my songs, I'm able to kind of step away from them in a healthy way. And like when I play a song, I don't have to relive it every time usually. But there's a couple songs that every time I play them, it feels like I'm writing them. And track 9, I think, will forever feel like that.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna have to watch you live that with that one then. See it
We'll see
cut
if I can get
deep.
through it.
Yeah. Do you normally start with the lyrics then when a song idea hits you?
Yeah, I definitely usually start with the lyrics. I think my music is so kind of like lyric based. And just as a songwriter, I just have like, I know myself, and I know that if I don't like the lyrics, like the song will never come out, regardless of how cool I think it is or how good the melodies are. It's just like, if I don't like connect to it lyrically, it's just like, it doesn't matter to me. So I think as like almost like an insurance policy, I'll start with the lyrics, just being like, if I start with the lyrics and I think the lyrics are good, like I've, not in like a cocky way, but I've just like, I know I can find the melodies. I know I can find the production. The lyrics are like that like immovable piece that I think needs to be there from the start.
Yeah, and I guess if you don't believe in it, then how will your audience, you know?
Yeah, I
You're
think
the
that's kind of like,
gatekeeper.
yeah, that exactly. That's kind of like the seed of what honesty is. Like I have to, if I'm going to ask you to listen to something and perceive me as vulnerable, I have to actually be vulnerable. So
Mm. Yeah, I mean that even transposes into just the arts. Like you have to believe in yourself first before anyone else will believe in you. So yeah, totally get that.
I'm sure you do, and I'm sure you have your own parallels in your
Yeah.
art.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know you yet. Blew up on TikTok, obviously. What is that song like? What doors has that song opened for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think more than anything, I think it just like made me more confident as a songwriter. I think anytime you have a song that connects with that many people, um, I'd be lying if, like I said, I didn't enjoy like the just people liking my music.
The response. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, it just made me more confident, like that, like, oh, I can write a song that gets to that level. But I think it all kind of traces back to the last question. Like that just came from like a very just like interesting headspace and stuff. And it was just reinforcement that like the more honest and vulnerable I am in my writing, the more connected people in it will end up feeling.
Mm, yeah, for sure. You produce all of your tracks. Do you still produce for other artists, or are those days behind you?
Yeah, I do. And it's something that is important to me. It's kind of fun to like wear that hat as well and get to kind of be the co-pilot rather than just like on a solo mission, all the time. And it can be difficult for me to collaborate on my own music, but I do love collaboration. So like that for me is a really nice way of kind of scratching that itch.
For sure. I mean, it's important to see how other people work as well, I think. Do you have goals for yourself as a producer as well as an artist?
Yeah, I mean, not too many like super concrete goals. It's just like I look at some people whose careers I want to emulate in a certain way, and a lot of them were, you know, super involved in other artist projects, whether it's like as a producer or just like the way like John Mayer can get on stage with like Travis Scott and no one's like, this is so weird. It's just like, oh, he's like inserting himself into the culture in like a really healthy way rather than just like a strange way. And so I want to like have that role within the music landscape. Like I want to do a lot of stuff outside of my own, songs.
So who else's careers are you looking at? John Mayer. Who else?
Mike Posner
Oh yeah.
is a huge hero of mine, and like is a friend of mine now, which like I still like can't even like believe. Like he was just like in my studio one day, and I honestly like at one point I remember just like breaking down and be like, dude, I just gotta admit, like this is crazy for me. Like you were like a hero of mine growing up. Um, but yeah, I mean, he wrote like Sugar from Maroon 5. He wrote like Boyfriend for Bieber. Like he's just a beast, and then simultaneously like his art has like always been like so sacred to him as well. So I think even more than just like specific accomplishments, just like that mindset is something that I certainly want to have and keep.
I can see that on your horizon for sure. Talking
Thank
from the
you.
future.
I hope so. Yeah, you would know better than me.
Yeah, I know. Tomorrow's the day, man.
Mhm.
Okay. So you've also been learning to DJ in isolation, which I imagine is kind of transposable coming from a producer background. What would A23 DJ set look like? What were you listening to?
So I've definitely spent some time thinking about this, and it's funny because I like technically I understand everything that's going on, but it's funny like just like teaching my hands the moves. It's like almost like learning an instrument, and it's been really fun to like to be bad at it, to be quite honest, because I feel like as we get older, we kind of get so much more narrow and like we just do what we're good at. And so to like suck at something has been really refreshing. Because I do suck, like I'm terrible right now, but I'm getting better. A DJ set by me would look like it would be the songs by your favorite artist that you forgot you loved.
All right, first song that comes to your mind. What are we talking?
First song that comes to mind.
I'm trying to think.
Oh my gosh.
Like I'd get some old school
Now
Maroon 5 in there.
Oh,
Right?
for sure. Like moves
For
like
sure.
Jagger, just like throw that bad boy on, you know, haven't heard in a
I was
while, but
thinking more like She Will Be Loved in that whole era, like pre-Jagger.
We could definitely go there.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah, I'll have to put together like a whole set. I'll answer this question more eloquently while I'm actually on the decks.
Okay, done. I'll be there next to you. I was chatting to Chelsea Cutler and Jeremy Zucker last week, and I asked them what their first song was that they ever wrote. Do you remember yours?
Oh yeah, I certainly do.
Yeah? Can you tell me about it?
What did they say? Do you remember?
Yeah, Chelsea was at a talent show for her primary school, and she wrote a song about her dog Riley. And then Germs was like a song about his brother being afraid of like skiing on a family holiday, but he was like, I'm not going to sing it because it's online somewhere. People have found it. I don't want you to Google the lyrics. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then he was like, Chelsea, don't worry, I'll give you. Oh, please, because I've been searching all week. Yes.
I got you. I'll certainly find it. Yeah, I remember mine. I broke up with my 7th grade girlfriend, and then I obviously, as 7th grade boys do, I decided I wanted her back. So we met by the water fountain and lunch the next day. We had a nice chat, but she was like a really strong, independent person. She was like, hey, you know, if you actually mean this, you're going to have to go and prove it to me. So
yeah,
I did what any 12-year-old boy would do. I, you know, really gave it a lot of thought, and I, you know, picked up my guitar and wrote my first song. And for better or for worse, it worked. I got her back. I think it was pretty pivotal for me, you know, like realizing like, hey, I might be okay at this. This might be something I could do.
Shit, do you remember how it went?
Oh, I do. I definitely do. I don't remember. I don't like.
Give us a little lick of it. Come
on. Oh no. That's all I'll give you. I can't say it, but it exists somewhere on my parents' hard drive. I can't even believe that I remembered the chords. But yeah, no, it worked. So yeah, I think that definitely gave me some probably ill-advised confidence, but confidence nonetheless. And here we are.
Here we are. How many girls have you won back with your music then?
Oh man, probably. I don't know. That's actually a good question. I think definitely a couple to a few.
That's not a bad hit, right?
Yeah. Good. Yeah. When you're as stupid as me, you kind of have to every once in a while. So I don't think that's an impressive stat. I think it's more of a sad one, but
hey, at least they came back. There must have been something there.
There we go.
There we go. All right, Alexander, my final question is in true Alexander 23 form. Do you have a question for me?
Wow. I mean, first of all, I'm blown away. Unbelievable. And second of all, I have so many. What was the process of decorating your space?
Okay, so first I found this mirror on the sidewalk and that shoe rack on the sidewalk. And then I went to Kmart, which is kind of like our Target, but like epic. Got some like $2 paints, painted them up.
Incredible.
And then, yeah, you can see the beautiful detail on this side here.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
This I also found on the sidewalk, flipped it around, made it an earring rack, and then just bought the other stuff. It's pretty good.
I mean, it all comes together, and it makes me like so happy just like looking at it over Zoom. So I can imagine how much joy it brings you in real life person.
I do literally just lie on my bed and look around my room. I'm just like, this is a good time. I'm not mad.
No, I love
office
that.
half the time too. So
totally, I think it's important. I think like I never regret spending money on stuff that I use every day. And I think like, you know, your room is a prime example of that. It's, you know, it's going to kind of dictate how you feel every day. So, yeah, it's great. It's
The
gorgeous.
safe haven. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll help you with your interior decoration anytime. Although it looks like you got some cool things going on.
Yeah, this
Nice
is
little
actually
couch.
like the least photogenic part of the room. I
You need to
swear
do
it.
what I do and just square it to like the nice area.
But here's I usually do, but
Beautiful.
the sun, I have like two things, and the sun, the
Skylights.
glare was crazy when we were just starting, so I kept it out. But
Yeah, nice. At least we get to see all your guitars then.
yeah, that's true. We got, oh shit, we got all like the
Oh
camera.
shit. Damn.
We're
That's a
doing
nice
it here.
setup. We're doing it. Hey, I hear you. All right. Alexander, thank you so much for chatting with me. It was so great to meet you, man.
Yeah,
And I
you
look
as well.
forward to chatting at your DJ set.
Oh my God, it's gonna be good. Sydney, I'm coming to Sydney first. It's the first show.
Hell yes. And please, if you find Jeremy's first song, link me
Oh, I'll
to
send
it.
it to
I'm
you.
so
Yeah,
intrigued.
I got you. I'll find it.
Hell yeah. Excellent.